begin with education and the politics of education in the spotlight statewide. South Florida school districts are grappling with seismic changes, and probably none more so than Broward's, where a newly constituted school board is managing the fallout of a scathing grand jury report, and the state board is questioning the future of the superintendent. New board member and even newer unanimously elected chair Torey Alston is here. And Torey, we thank you for being here. If everyone only knew how you got here and what you've given up, arranged family time, rearranged church for us, we are very grateful to have you here with us.
Yes, ma'am. Glad to be with you, Glenna. Good morning.
Good morning. So let's start with the news of the week, and then we'll kind of backtrack a little bit. But the news of the week, a portion of it anyway, is the board unanimously decided to stop paying the legal fees, legal bills, for the 4 suspended school board members. The governor suspended them on the recommendation of the grand jury. And that's a pretty big financial hit to them, a big financial decision. Take us through that decision.
Sure. Well, again, good morning, Glenna, and good morning to the listening audience. So glad to join you. But no, you're absolutely correct. As board chair, one of the first items that I brought to the board was to ensure that we stop paying legal payments for the suspended board members. I think it was wrong. It was a slap in the face to taxpayers. I think it screams wasteful spending. So I'm proud that I brought the item to the board and it passed, as you said, unanimously 9-0 by the board.
And so take us through a little bit, because the reason that there are court fees, these 4, at least a few of the 4, try to keep their names out of the public in that grand jury report. They're taking it to court for their own privacy purposes, it seems like. And so wouldn't those fees be under color of what their public job was? I mean, they were operating as board members. So how would those legal fees not be appropriate in that respect?
Yes, no, fair question. So I believe that suppressing the report absolutely goes against transparency. Clearly, if the voters, I think, had a clearer picture of what was going on, who knows, things might have been a little different. But I'm proud that my colleagues on this new reform board, we stood strong together, 9-0, and said anything from the date that the governor suspended those 4 board members forward, there will be no additional fees going towards supporting those former board members.
A lot of changes coming down the pike at Broward schools, it sounds like. Let's back up a little bit. New board member, new board chair, just after being a new Broward commissioner. The governor appointed you to the Broward Commission just last year. How did you get here? Did you apply for this job? Did the governor just kind of take you as a chief of staff of FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation? Is this something that you wanted to do?
Well, no, fair question, Glenna. So I have always been around public service, watching my mom and dad, my dad, a deceased BSO deputy, my mom, a retired social worker from Broward Health. As I've said before, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, I don't know where I would be. And as I've said in many settings, God is good. On this Sunday morning, I'll say that once again to our viewing audience. But no, I am absolutely thrilled that the governor selected me to serve on the Broward School Board. And as you mentioned before, serving on the county commission, working collegially on that board with my colleagues at the time to get some great things done. I've been at the Florida Department of Transportation, as you mentioned, serving as chief of staff for a $10 billion enterprise. So I know how to get things done. I know how to work in large organizations. I've done it at the state level. I've done it at the local level. I've done it in my own business and as a senior executive working for other firms. So look, this is a great opportunity. And I'll just tell you, I was proud to stand with my former principal and former deputy superintendent, Dr. Erlene Smiley, who stood with me and my family to swear me in. So I'm looking forward to great things to come. This new reform board, we've already done some great things in just a short time to refocus the vision of the board, to ensure that we get to an A school district, just as Miami-Dade, just as Palm Beach School District. We can do it in Broward and ensure that 100% proficiency of all students across all of our various subjects. So that's my goal, keeping the board focused on the students, focused on day-to-day activities, of course, belongs to the superintendent and not the board.
Yeah, a lot of the public focus, unfortunately, recently has been that grand jury report. I just learned that you were actually a student board member 20 something years ago. Since that, Torey Alston, there have been 3 grand jury reports focused on Broward schools. Let's just talk about this recent one. Really all found kind of in similar veins, details different, but similar veins of massive bureaucracy, lack of accountability, some recommendations, failures. It started out focusing on security failures at Marjory Stoneman Douglas, but then was broadened out into failures of the Capitol campaign, building, repairing schools. And so the lack of oversight, the recommendations through not only the 4 school board members, but now 3 department heads have resigned this week or took early retirement. And the state board now focused on your superintendent, wondering whether the state could suspend her, which they cannot, but you can and your colleagues can. Take us through, now that you've seen some of the consequences, have participated in some of the consequences. Is Vicky Cartwright's job at stake?
No, that's a fair question. And look, I appreciate all the feedback that I've received from our parents who reach out to me daily, employees of the school system, both instructional and non-instructional, parent groups, homeowner association presidents, my fellow school board members from other districts down south. Many of my friends, whether it's board members Navarro, the vice chair, the chair, Dorothy Mendross-Mendengal up north, board members Andrews and Robinson. Again, many board members that I know very, very well just in this region and even more all across the state. I appreciate hearing from all of our education leaders. But here is what you and the public should know. This new board looks like Broward County. This new board is competent. This new board brings a diversity of experiences, teachers in the classroom, administrators, construction background, attorneys. So collectively bringing solid experiences. And overall, I can tell you that we are independent minded and we'll do the right thing. In terms of performance, the public should know that we are going through the process right now as a board to do the performance evaluation for the superintendent. So very soon, everyone will know what the board collectively believes on the superintendent and her performance thus far.
You had mentioned your goal is to be an A-rated school, a lot of focus on academics. I know we had been talking about what people may not see and the, I suppose, the post-pandemic issues in education and benchmarking. And those I think are maybe much more serious than people realize.
Absolutely, and Glenna, thank you for that lead in. I will tell you that has been a part of my screens for the last 3 weeks. If we all just focus on the kids, if we focus on student achievement, everything else will work itself out. And I think collectively as a board, I think we're there, and I'll just say 9-0, focused on student achievement, focused on student safety, all the big key issues that any school board should focus on. That's governance, that's policy, and that's making sure from a budget standpoint, we ensure the fiduciary role of the board. But you're absolutely right. We are in a learning crisis in Broward County. And, for me, when 52% of third graders are proficient in English, only 52%, that's a problem. When only 48% of ninth graders are proficient in algebra, for me, and I think for anyone, that's a problem. When only 47% of eighth graders are proficient in science, we have a learning emergency. So those are the types of gains and gaps and data points that I want to focus on the board. And we've started the conversation. This board has been very prudent, and I think we're going to have more conversation coming in the days and weeks to come.
Board Chair Torey Alston, that is not a controversial topic, and we are right there with you in making all South Florida districts an A district as much as we can participate in that. So thank you so much for your time. If only people knew how much I've hounded you this week to get here. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Well, Glenna, thank you, and to the viewing public, thank you for the opportunity. And I want to salute all of our employees of the Broward School System. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you again, Glenna, for the opportunity.
All right, take care. Thanks.